Hello everyone, it is I, King Mike X, and I'm going to be talking about uh, the new Dragalia Last update that's going to be coming out in on the 25th, so in about like a week. So normally I wouldn't talk about this, but this one needs to be addressed because it could change the meta a lot. So, of course, we're going to be getting a tenfold summon voucher when the automatic update happens, which will be the same day when it'll be available for download just a little bit later. So they talk about the shared skills. Now, shared skills, here's how it works. You need to have your venture needs to be level 80 and have at least 50 mana nodes unlocked, so 50 MC. And there's going to be a new item to use called tomes, elemental tomes. So the way that, and we'll talk about how you get them. So the weapon skills, for the first shared skill, if you have a weapon with a weapon skill equipped, you could equip either the weapon skill or shared skill from an adventurer who has not shared skills. As for the second shared skill, if you have a helper selected during solo play, the helper skill will be equipped. And note, if a weapon skill or helper skill is equipped for the first or second shared skill, you'll not be able to use shared skills from other adventurers. And you cannot equip a skill of the same name from the same adventurer you are using. So Rancho can't equip skills from him. You can't double up on his skills. But you can equip skills from Gallivantal. And the level of shared skills will match the equivalent skill level for the adventurer who equips it. Now, the skill points cost for shared skills. Shared skills have a skill point cost, and skills equipped as the first and second shared skills must fit within the adventurer's cost limit. So that's how this works. So they have a specific shared limit, and I'm guessing that's how the elemental tomes will work. You need like that amount, depending on how many skill points it will end up costing. We'll see how that works, or they might be all the same. Who knows? Anyway, they also tell us that you need elemental tomes to unlock a skill with the corresponding element. So you can't just grind and get your optimal skill. You can't essentially grind and get your optimal skills for a set of adventurer. I mean, you possibly could, it depending on how much, but like the only way you could get them, it will be from the shop and from events. So let's see how many you can get, but I don't think you're gonna be able to grind and get them right away. So for every adventurer that you can use at the top. So we'll see how that works, because I mean, we won't know what the best shared skills would be. Well, actually, we probably would, depending on how it works. We'll see how it works, because the DPSM can easily work. So let's see about that. And yeah. So now this is a new now let's talk about Onslaught event. There will be it's a new type of event that will start in mid-June. So this will be June's. This will be what we get for June, the event, because we're going to be getting, I think, a new event essentially every month or so, and it will be solo quests. So we'll see about how it is. I'm thinking like it'll be like a period. I'm wondering how it's going to be, because we have Imperial Onslaught. So I don't know if it's going to be like a defense thing or if it's going to be like waves of enemies. And we'll see how it works. Then there's a Royal Regiment. This is a new thing to help out players who just started playing Dragalia Lost, learn how to play the game. And don't worry, if you've been playing since the beginning, so it's basically a beginner's guide thing, but don't worry. Now actually this will replace jumpstart endeavors and certain normal endeavors. Now anyone who cleared the prologue by May 26, 2020 at 1:59 a.m. are eligible for jumpstart endeavors. And players who have already started the game will also be able to receive rewards from the Royal Regiment. So don't worry. So yes, you can still get these rewards from these quest rewards. And the following endeavors can be completed by meeting the conditions after 2 a.m. on May 25th, 2020, and which is view the Warprint section at the treasure trade. The following endeavors can be completed either by clearing Chapter 5 of the main campaign by 1:59 a.m. May 25th, 2020, or by meeting the conditions for the endeavor in version 1.20.0 after 2 a.m. May 25th of 2020, which is using the optimized feature to form and flame attuned team, water, wind, that essentially specific element of two teams. And the following endeavors can be completed by either placing the applicable facilities in the castle grounds by 1:59 a.m. May 25th, 2020, or by meeting the conditions after the update, which are putting the altars, the dragon tree, the wind, water, light Dragalia, as well as the sword dojo. And they will adjust the following action elements to help players better enjoy playing Quest. They are going to now this is where things change. They are reducing damage taken by AI adventurers. When using the autoplay feature, this will apply to allied AI adventurers other than the controlled adventurer. They will also adjust the combo for certain weapon types. The adjustments, excuse me, they are described below. Sword they're going to make it where they don't jump with the 4th and 5th attack, so this could change a lot of things, especially because of the fact is it could make it where normally sword the optimal combo would be two attacks and then a 4 strike or 3 or yeah 3 2 at 4 2C 4 strike or 3C 4 strike, but this one could possibly make it so we use our 4C and a 4 strike our 5C. So we'll see how that works. But it could also be considered an earth because there's some invincibility on the jump with sword apparently. Or actually, yeah, there is some. So we'll see how this works. We'll see if it makes swords have 5C or 4C F strike, or 4 strike possible. Blade, they will just power the 5th attack, which okay. Daggers were just the attacks so the adventurer does not jump and up and move backward with the 5th attack, and they will just power the 5th attack. So this will be good, especially because daggers that moving backward thing is kind of a pain in the butt to deal with, so it could screw up with stuff and cost you. So this could possibly make it better because it now might make dagger a 5C because normally daggers are 4C and 4 strike because they don't want to do the jump pack. So we'll see how this changes things. Axes. They will adjust it so that the adventurer does not jump up with the 5th attack, which can be also somewhat good. Now here's the two that are really good. Wanded staff they will be getting the speed of the fire shots will be adjusted. So if this gets increased, that could be. I'm surprised they didn't do this for bows though. Lance and bows got the short end of the stick. And here's where things get a little bit more why I say this. Why this could drive away some players. Adventurers would no longer take damage from the start of the dodge action to the end of the dodge action. And they will take damage from some enemy attacks with displayed action markers. All this basically means is it makes it where you don't have to use a skill to dodge anymore. To iframe. You can now dodge. You can use the dodge action to do that too now. Which it's gonna be a learning curve because I'm pretty sure dodge has a shorter iframe than any of the other skills. But mind you, it has like no lag at the end, so we'll see how this works. But if we get the hang of it down and get the timing, it basically means we no longer have to hold on to skills, except for certain cases. But otherwise, it's just going to be spamming skills most of the time. I think the only time where we're ever going to have to actually use skills is for attacks such as is like involving like Volk's Blood Moon or other stuff. Is essentially attacks where they're unavoidable that you need to where you need to use skills to get rid of it before it goes off or something. So you could get like with Hypno and yeah, there's a couple of there's a couple of them. Hypno is one of them. There's also Thanatos and also Expert Volk with his Blood Moon, and who knows, maybe. So there's also going to be, it will be possible to configure settings and options on the menu so that adventurers automatically brace themselves. Also, adventurers will no longer take damage from when they brace themselves until they are able to move again. So you basically have a way to take no damage thanks to that. So yeah, this just made everything a lot easier. They're gonna add more adjustments to the future. So other changes. They will also adjust the description text for the Adventurer's Tiki. For the Adventurer Tiki's Dragon Sign 1 and 2 abilities. One of what that's gonna do, if they make them more busted, I'll be happy. Especially because hang on. Especially because sorry, getting a bit of a runny nose. Especially because of the fact is that the one Urius, I think it was called, turned out not to be didn't turn out like we wanted him to. He's essentially he's weaker. He's weaker than he's kind of a disappointment. He doesn't do that much damage apparently. So there's that. Oh my god, I'm getting a really itchy nose. They also changed the name for the buff time X ability to buff skill time X, and we're also just the description text. So it only changes the effect. It only changes this change only affects the text. It doesn't affect the skill. What it does essentially, it won't change the effect of the skill. Here's where another thing that's also kind of why it will ruin certain characters. They're gonna be lowering the power of the following attacks used by. They're lowering essentially the opening attack. They're lowering the damage. This is very bad, especially because of the fact is with Highbone Hilda, because one of the biggest things right now is for Fjorm Cheese was which if this changes where it doesn't put her into the 30% range anymore, this essentially ruins that meta, and as a result, for Fjorm Cheese is no longer a safe on. It essentially lower her down where she's no longer useful anymore. She would definitely go lower because that was the whole thing. She was a Master Point Hilda Destroyer, but with this, it might not work because now Last Wavy won't really work. Oh, and they also fixed the increase rate by 20%. Buff the increase rate crit rate by 20% buff granted by the adventurer as Flash of Genius abilities said to have activated more often than intended. They're going to be fixing that in this one, so I guess it's gonna be. But what do I think about this? This is kind of, it pains me to use it especially because there's so many adventurers that can. I mean, besides light, I mean, besides the wind, there's so many adventurers that get that you need that last defense that can't really that don't have really the best of way to get them to that. I mean, Fjorm is one of them with her last baby. It allows her from it allows her to do hybrid heritages for expert and master, but as a result of this, it might not work anymore after this update. So there's that, and might make as a result it might make Brunhilde harder, master Brunhilde harder because you can't cheese it with Fjorm. But then again, not many people play Brunhilde. Um, Curran, I mean, he doesn't have a way to lower the damage to himself, so this could also be bad for him because his whole thing is about getting no defense. So if he can't get the rid off the first hit, that's going to be a problem. But who knows? Maybe I mean he. I mean, what's his name? What's the thing's name? I mean, Master Jupiter is still pretty strong, so it might make it so you can survive. You could, it might make it where you can still get below 30%. Cause but yeah, Celiera is another one that could also technically work. It could. I mean, it could work with Master Hybrid Header as well with the last offense. But yeah, then there's Veronica. Another adventure. I mean, she could get herself down to 50% HP, but that's about it. If it's above that, so mass destruction, we'll see how that and it could be the same thing with Karen, so we'll see. But Alphonse, ooh, that's also gonna hurt him. It hurts a lot of people who get weaker. Marth too. It well, actually no, Marth. I mean, should be fine. And then there's also Serena, who gets a really good one. But yeah, it kind of upset. It's upsetting. So we'll see how this balances out, because if it's a small one where it still works that, then it'll basically be what's the point of that. But if it's like a big one where certain strategies no longer work, it kind of will piss a lot of people off, especially for a few meta. I have a feeling that this whole thing, the reason why they're doing this is because of the fact, because one of the biggest problems is the Dragalia lost Reddit. Yes, the Reddit. Even though it has it, this is where this is. I mean, it's a fun thing to have. There's definitely some good stuff in here, but here's the reason why it's kind of stupid. Um, yeah. What it basically means is, I'm sorry. Here's what it's essentially meaning. Uh, the issue with this one. Um, the issue I see with this one is because okay, like there's a lot of most of the people here. You see, like all these jokes and stuff. It kind of, but the thing that makes it so, and why I don't like this is it's a lot of people complain on here, especially newbies and other stuff, and they complain that the game is too hard and stuff. There are people who don't want to put much effort into it. A lot of the people on here are people who don't want to put too much effort into this game and want everything to be easy. So as a result, but then there's the people who want to have harder content. So, but it seems like they're pleasing new people. They're trying to appease to the new players more than the older veterans. Which I mean, I get it. You want to get new people to play this game, but you're literally the reason why you want more people to play this game is because you're literally driving. The reason why new you keep doing this is because why you're losing people and why you're trying to get more people to join this game is because you're driving away the older people who played this game and not this game. If you're going to do this, okay, if they're going to do this, at least make it where you could still use like um it's just like you have to look at things differently. It's just that I feel like there's something there's a lot of issues I have with this game. I just feel like we need something better. We need something else. It's it's you're not really giving us much for veteran players. I mean, we'll see how the onside event works, but like you're lowering the damage for like if you're going to do this for at least like make it make it depending on the quest. Like if I was to say instead of doing this, because I feel like the only reason why this is becoming a thing is because of the mentor thing. Because the mentor was a great idea. The issue with it is that it only works the first time if the person has never cleared it before. So after they cleared it the first time for standard and expert, they no longer get that, and no one helps them, and as a result, those people get left behind. So they ask for easier stuff. If what I was thinking, Cygames, here's a better way you could do this for the mentor system. Have it where instead of being in like the first time, just have it where every time they clear it, like what does it say this you can where you could get the bonus, you could get the bonus from the same person even if he's already cleared like the standard or so until he clears his first expert. After that, then you can no longer get the mentor bonus from standard, because the way that it works is that because like I said, after you clear the first time, none of the veteran players want to help them really anymore, because a lot of the veteran players want to rather get jewels, and they don't play with the guy anymore. And as a result, he gets left behind. And no one can really help him. So yeah, that's the thing. You need to make it where, for the mentor system, you could constantly get them until they complete the next difficulty of said element. So like, for you that player will constantly give mentors the mentor bonus for standard until he clears an expert, and then for expert it will be like until that person clears master for the first time. You will constantly get an expert bonus from him. So that's what I think you should do, because there's such a big difference that it's like you're not getting. It's almost impossible to deal with this stuff. It's kind of it. As a result, you're ruining the game for both people, because as a, because of the fact is that the newer people who needed help to complete it the first time and don't get help after that and fall behind, they're asking for stuff to make the game easier so they can complete it without the help of a mentor. And you're doing that, but as a result, you're crippling other stuff and turning people away, the veterans from the game. So you don't need to fix the damage. You just need to fix the mentor system, because if you do that, then then those people then those people will eventually get their first clear, and who get their first clear, they will eventually be able to go to master. That's how a mentor works. They train them until they're ready for the next stage, and then once they complete that next stage, they help them help them out for the next level until they completed everything. Why can't you figure that out, Cygames? Anyway, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. If you liked this video, leave a comment down below and click the like button. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and also click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever whenever my next video comes up. Other than that, I'm not liking the way that I'm not liking some of the ideas that Cygames is putting out, because it's changing too much. They're making the game too casual, and a lot of people don't want that. Okay, the veteran players don't want that, and I get it that there's people who do want that, but it's like those people are the one. But the veterans, like, if you keep doing this, you're gonna those new people who will eventually become veterans will turn away from the game too because the game will get too easy for them, and it's gonna be a constant process. So all I'm saying is you don't need to do this stuff. Fix just fix the mentor system and you should be fine. All right, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.